Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool and this is Gems of War. And today we have a new mythic. It's the first Friday of the month. New mythic for September. It's called Aguara. I have no idea what the spell does or anything because it wasn't on Terran's World until I haven't looked at it. So I don't know if it's good or not. We'll check it out. And then we got the Vault event. But there is a monkey wrench in the works because console is crashing pretty good, and it's crashing when you speed through battles. And what's the main thing you do during a vault event? You speed through battles. So we should probably take bets now whether or not we will crash today. I will try to do my best to not make it crash, but we're gonna have to set up some rules here as to like what we're gonna do if it crashes and whatnot. So I don't know. Put it in the chat. Do you think we're gonna crash or not? Maybe I'll do a poll. It's consoles that are crashing. I'll try to give you some advice on what I would recommend for this weekend. But I don't know really. I mean, I'll see. We'll see. We'll see how bad it is. But let me set up the stream here. I'll put a chapter in so you can skip all this stuff at the beginning. I saw Mark was there. I see Dez. I see Vishal. I see Tyrion. You haven't crashed yet, Mark? Alright. That's good. I only crashed like once yesterday, I think. And then like the day before that, though, I was crashing. I crashed like so many times I can't even count. So I think it was Wednesday where it was the worst. Because, you know, Tuesday night was the update. I only played a little bit after the update. I might have crashed once or twice, but I was like, you know how it goes. It's just an update, so maybe it'll crash for a little bit until it sorts itself out. That's what I was thinking. And then when it kept on happening on Wednesday, and it was at least, I don't know, maybe 10 times before I gave up. Like, I kept trying because I wanted to get my stuff done on Wednesday, so I kept, like, logging, kept on getting back on the game. It was kind of just adding, like, a couple loading screens. But the problem with it crashing on live stream is that it'll take down the whole stream, and then I have to like set up the whole stream again. So it's not like just like, oh yeah, we'll just get right back on, and it'll take the whole stream down on PlayStation. So if we were playing on PC mobile right now, which I don't know, maybe we could do, but I don't really feel like it. If we were playing on PC mobile right now with OBS, like we did with our new account, it wouldn't. If it crashed, it wouldn't matter because the stream is like a separate thing from the game. The stream is just on the PC mobile, like OBS new account playthrough, the OBS is just like capturing that window. So if it crashes, it's no big deal. On PlayStation though, it's like one and the same. Like the stream and the game are both. We're streaming this game, I guess. So if this game crashes, the stream crashes on console. But we're also doing a thing where the next time we hit 25 train business, during a stream, I'm gonna double it. So like we do every month, at least once a month. Well, I guess once a month. So let me type that in the chat here. And Anita did a 5. She gifted on the ghost train, the reminder, the waiting lobby. So I'm gonna add that in. I see Chad there with the 2, so we're 7. We're almost a quarter of the way there. Or I guess we're over a quarter of the way there. So we're like 7 out of 25. Toward doubling. I don't know. Let me retype it. Sorry, I'm typing. Can't talk and type at the same time. Can't walk and chew gum. I'm all out of gum. Alright, there we go. So I'll pin that comment. Live chat. Set up the stream. Okay, I got a thumbnail today, so if anybody wants to share it out, just wait a minute. I don't know if Asana's going to be here or not. I didn't check Discord, and that's usually where she says whether or not she's going to be here. So I'm not sure on that one. She usually shares it out, so I don't know. Let me grab this thumbnail here. I will put in a chapter so you can skip all this beginning stuff, setting up the stream. Man, that thumbnail was making me mad. I was trying to do like text bubbles from their mouths, and it just wasn't happening. Like my computer was being slow. It wasn't even just like me figuring it out. The computer was being slow too. So it's like my worst like thing that makes me the most angry is when like a computer isn't working the way I want it to. I'm like an ape. I just start pounding on the keyboard and getting frustrated way too soon. Like sometimes when you're teaching your kid how to tie their shoes and they just get frustrated like immediately and they don't give it a chance. That's me with the computer here. If it's not doing what I want it to do, I'm like, it's simple. Just do a text bubble, stupid. And it's just like freezing and I can't find it. So it took me forever to make that thumbnail. It didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted it to, but basically wanted to put text bubbles saying, are you crashing the game? And then Cedric would be like, haha, you want another selfie? It gives you selfies from your vault keys, you know? Okay, let me do this. Conservative, lowest ads. I'm sorry if you get an ad. I'm putting on the lowest setting. I can't turn them all the way off, but I can put them on the lowest setting. But like if we could sit here on this screen the entire time, we probably won't crash. But we'll go after the new Mythic first, and that hopefully won't crash it. Normally it's when you're going quickly through battles that it crashes, it seems like to me anyway. So some people are saying they're not going to do the vault event at all, like they're not going to waste their gaps. I saw somebody comment that in my comments. I'm not sure who it was, I can't remember, but they said they're not even going to do Nomapaloozas because their game is crashing so much. I guess it would be on a case-to-case basis. If you get screwed, I wouldn't keep getting screwed, right? So if you do a gap and it screws you and you don't, your game crashes during it, which would, I guess the timer would just keep going while your game's crashing, so it's going to waste some of your Nomapalooza. So, let me pin this comment. I'm taking forever today, I'm so sorry. Pin. And then I'll add Mark's there. Thank you so much, Mark, with the 2. 9 out of 25. Towards doubling. 9 out of 25. Towards doubling. Alright, we'll keep track of that. Doesn't have to happen today. I'm not saying it has to happen today, but I'll keep track every stream until we do it. We finally got that 7.94. We're actually on 9.5, but I don't trust it yet, so we got the 9.4 though, finally. We're like baby stepping our way towards that 8K subs. Computer's being slow. Just keeping you updated here. What's going on? What is he doing? I am refreshing, and it's just with the spinning wheel right now. Refreshing with the spinning wheel. Where's this Mythic? Let me do this with one hand. New Mythic Troop Aguara, exclusive to Glory Gem Guild and VIP chests for 1 week only. The spinning wheel of death. Hit the like. Let's get some more people in here. That's one thing you could do. Everybody can do that. It's free. Let's go. Subscribe. If you've ever seen Tailspin, subscribe. Biker Mice from Mars said classic. If you ever seen that, subscribe. Captain Planet, subscribe. Let's go. You ever play Mike Tyson's Punch-Out? Subscribe. Contra? Subscribe. Do you know what Contra? If you know what Contra is, subscribe. If you don't know what Contra is, just don't even subscribe, okay? But if you know what Contra is, subscribe. Good luck hunting gnomes. I know it's gonna be. I think it's gonna suck for me anyway. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna try it, and it's gonna be funny when we crash and I get mad. So I'm gonna put a chapter in. 10 minutes. That's horrible. Good job, me. New Mythic. Opening at the 10-minute mark, pretty much. All right, save. Okay, I'm ready to go. Let's say hi to everybody, though. I see Tyrion, Dez, Vishal, Mark, JM Ricks, Dez the Enforcer, Chad with a 2 with a 2, Anita with the Gifted and the Ghost Train, Mark with the 2. We're almost halfway there. No. D-Rock's here. What's going on? Keep off that X button. I know I jammed the crap out of it. That's going to be hard. Hey, Dez. Hello, Vishal. Tyrion says it's slowing down Vault. Only got 10 keys on a Palooza. Part of it was likely bad RNG. Mark hasn't crashed yet. Mark, you're on like PS5, right? Just for reference. Tyrion says, but you gotta let victory screen load and lay off the button mashing. Yeah, I've heard that on the forum. That's gonna be some of my advice. I'll demonstrate. It's really hard not to do it though, yeah, Jamrix. Dez says I didn't crash, but I couldn't select on the angel screen. As long as you wait, it'll be okay. Yeah, it's hard not to button mash. Tyrion is lurking. Alright. Okay, so Mark's on PS5 and he's not crashing, just for reference. He's not pushing X fast, though. Yeah, I don't even know what this one does. Let's go check it out. So we'll go to Collection. Remember to restart your game. Remember to check your guild chat. Make sure people are getting it. If there was any time that there would be a glitch and that it would not be in the keys, it would be right now, right after an update while the game is crashing and there's a bunch of bugs and glitches in the game. So definitely check your guild chat. I'm pretty sure it's been fine. I haven't heard any news of there not being a mythic, but now would be the time to double check for sure. Alright, here we go. We got Aguara. 22, blue, yellow, purple, Volpakia, Wargear, Fae. Choose one. Give 8 mana to all allies and barrier them, or give 31 to all skills on all other allies. Alright, what's the traits? Start battles with 25% mana, 20% chance to dodge skull damage, and create 1 spirit gem when my turn begins. Spirit gems are the ones that drain mana, right? So you can either give your team 8 mana and barrier them, or give 31 to all skills and all other allies. Seems like a Virago type of troop to me. Like, I don't love it. First impression, I don't love it. I feel like you could do anything else. Like, why would you choose this troop? If you're forced to use it, it wouldn't be horrible. It's not useless or anything, but why would you choose it? Giving 31 to all skills on all other allies, somebody's gonna say, like, that's good or something. Like, yeah, you can give magic, a bunch of magic to everybody. But you're doing that instead of something else, you know? We always gotta think like that. You're doing that instead of keeping your loop going, or instead of instant killing, or instead of just doing damage, you're taking a turn. It's kind of like, why would you do this guy instead of Empress? Maybe there's a color thing. Maybe blue, yellow, purple. If you want an Empress type of troop, you could use Aguara instead of the green Empress. Like, there might be a situation for it. Like, I'm trying to be positive here, but I don't love it. 8 mana to all allies. There's no, like, if there's an extra turn, that'd be sick. There's no extra turn, though. It's not something that happens when you cast a spell or something, so it's not like you can just loop-de-loop and it gives you a bunch of stats or something. You're gonna, like, stop your momentum, cast the spell, and then give the turn to the enemy. No matter what here. So there's, like, no extra turn potential at all. With Empress, there is. So Empress is already better than this. So it seems like a Virago type of mythic to me so far. I don't love it, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Maybe there's something I'm not thinking about. That does happen quite sometimes. You know, sometimes I'm like way too focused on the spell when I should be focused on the traits. Sometimes I'm way too focused on the traits when I should be focusing on the spell. You know, let me know what you guys think in the chat. But first impression is Virago, or weaker Empress. And Empress is a legendary. So, I don't know. Not loving it. But we'll go get it because I'm on my main account where I'm getting every single mythic no matter what, whenever it comes in, because I have so many keys I don't even know what to do with them. I have like a billion guild seals that I need to use anyway, so that's why I'm going to go for it. I think they're mid-game, you should be like deciding, is it good enough for me to use my keys on it? Early game, you're using your keys all the time to get, you're missing all the mythics, you're missing all the legendaries, you're missing all the epics, so you're using all your keys all the time, so you probably don't have like a bunch of keys just to throw at this mid-mythic. Mid-game, you gotta kind of decide, is this one worth all my keys, or should I keep throwing all my keys for other mythics, or should I save up for a better one, like Takshaka, Ironhawk, Pharaoh Khafru? Or do I blow them all right now and have less for the next new mythic that's coming next month? Like, they come every single month, so the more keys you save, the more likely you are to get the next new mythic. So if it's something like Ironhawk where you need 3 copies, or Takshaka where you need 3 copies, or Pharaoh Khafru where you need 3 copies, you're better off to save your keys on mythics like this that aren't that good. That way you have more keys when an Ironhawk, Takshaka, something like that pops up. Then you have extra keys to get extra copies. Maybe that'll, like, resonate with somebody out there. For some reason, people love to just, like, try to get the new mythic no matter what I say. But, you know, think of Takshaka and Ironhawk, where you had to throw tons of keys to get a bunch of copies of them, to make them work properly. You know, that might be the situation with the very next mythic, and now you're blowing keys on this one, this thing that you're never going to use, and then you're not going to have enough to get, like, 3 Ironhawks, or 3 Takshakas, or 3 Khafrus, or whatever. But let's go see if we can get it. Let's check our guild chat. Looks like people are getting it right here. We're good to go. And I'm going to open up guild seals because I have like 1,437,000. And I still have like purple orbs I could still open too. So it's pretty crazy. Let's see how long it takes. Yeah, I'm usually on the meh side no matter what. And then I have to be impressed to like it. So you gotta like remember that part. Like I usually start not liking it, and then I don't know, unless it impresses me automatically. Like Takshaka impressed me automatically, you know, like even just the spell was awesome. But you know, I wasn't super impressed with Khafru, and now like everybody's using it. So there's an example of the other end of the spectrum. So yeah, it's the first day. You can't get everything right on the first day. Ooh, I got a new troop. Warg Spirit. I must have missed that one somehow. There it is. 2. At least it was cheap. That's another thing you could do. You could open a couple, but limit yourself to a certain amount. And if you happen to get lucky, then you get lucky. But, I don't know. That's like the middle ground if you want to compromise with me. Limit yourself to a certain amount of keys and then stop. So, like, I'm only going to do 10,000 guild seals, and then if I don't get it, then I'm going to stop. Because it's not, like, amazing. It doesn't look amazing to me. Wargare Fae. You could 50% start it with King Aberon, but then you got King Aberon and this thing on your team, which would be weird, because neither one of them are really going to... It'd be like having 2, you know, dudes off the bench on your team. Like somebody's injured or something. Somebody has to be injured to use this guy. I don't know. We'll try to make some teams. I guess we would want to take advantage of all those stats. Think about like High King Irongut, or just some like big damage dealer. Like what if we get 3 of them? What can we do with 3 of them? You get 3 of them up, and then you cast all 3 of them, and then you get a bunch of stats. Does that sound cool? Should we waste a bunch of keys and get 3 of them? We can put 3 spirit gems on the board. I think that's what most, like, Takshaka, Pharaoh Khafru. Huh? Should we get 3 of them? We can put 3 spirit gems on the board when your turn begins. You can cast this 3 times, but then you give the enemy it's 3 turns too. So while you're buffing your stats up, the enemy's doing something. They could then web you and take away all your stats, or entangle you and take away your stats. I don't know. I don't know if I like it just on paper, but we'll try to make a team. I'm glad it was cheap though. It only cost me 2,000 guild seals. Oh no! Now I gotta make a team for this thing. I'm not even excited to make a team for it. For real. What up, Beg? What up, Ruben? The genie is way better still, says D-Rock. Yeah, it might be one of the worst ones we've gotten. Marky Picard says, I'm playing with the new Mythic. It pairs awesome with the Empress. Charge up each other and use another troop with damage to all, and you can wipe out a team with one cast. Well, we can already wipe out a team with one cast. That seems like doing a little dance before you wipe out a team with one stat. Like, I see that crap all the time. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of, like, boosting. Enemy gets a turn, enemy gets a turn, enemy gets a turn. You could just loop or instant kill or just kill them. Like, those 2-3 turns that you took to boost up, why not cast Stellarix 2 or 3 times? Like, we got to think of what we're not doing while we're doing that. I guess if your Empress got extra turns every time it casted, maybe, and then you cast it one time and then you're only taking one turn to do a little dance. You'd have to, I don't know. We could try that though. We could try it. Let me try that. Golvania. We'll just do explore. If we crash, like, I'm gonna do an hour no matter what. So if we go past an hour, then I crash, then we're done for the day. If we crash before an hour, then I'll get back on here and we'll try to. You know, I'm not gonna crash like 5 times, but yeah. So somewhere in between, I'm gonna try to do at least an hour. If we get past the hour mark and we crash, it's just gonna be done. But if we crash in like the next 10 minutes, I'll start the stream back up. But if it like keeps crashing over and over and over, it'll probably be done too. Ari with the gifted. All right, we're halfway there. We're on 12 out of 25. Or wait. We're on 9 out of 25, aren't we? So we're on 14 out of 25. We just need 11 more, and I'll double ya. So we're at 14 out of 25, right? So we're doing the thing where if we get to 25, I'll do 5 gifted. So I'm basically doubling your money today. Or whenever it happens. It don't have to happen today. Let's try to make a team. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of these boosty troops that you have to do a little dance before you cast. Like, this right here, a team like this, you're just casting Stellarix and winning. Like, you could cast 2 times and win. So, it would never help to sit there and boost up Stellarix for 2 or 3 turns or whatever, because it only takes 2 turns to kill them. So you gotta think, like, normally I'm only doing 2 turns to kill them. If I do a little dance with Empress and Aguara, you know, it's taking 3 turns. But, yeah, you gotta keep that in mind. Do I have an open slot anywhere? For real? That's just Scorpius Rally. I can get rid of that. I think I actually have a slot, though, where I do these things. It'll be fine. Alright, so let's put Aguara over there. I'm gonna level her up and crap. It's like, why not just use Empress? You could just use Empress. All you need is, like, one of the stats. When do you ever need, like, all the stats? So that's the other thing. You could just use Empress. That way you can use, like, the Wand and Leprechaun to get everybody up quicker, which are both green. Empress is green. And then you put a damage dealer. So if you put Aguara on your team, you have to, like, always think about the thing that you're not doing, or the troop that you're not using. You're putting this thing on your team instead of something else. So you're either sacrificing the Leprechaun. What are you sacrificing? Like, what are you putting on there? And, like, what are you taking off of the team to put on Aguara? You know what I mean? Are we taking off a Leprechaun that would have got the team up way faster, and you would already be going, to then sit there with the Aguara and Empress and, like, build that up for a minute? But hey, if it works, it works. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I'm always pooping on everything, so keep that in mind, too. I do want to try it, I guess. But then you have to have, like, a damage dealer, right? So, Empress. Let's just do A to Z. It's the coolest idea I've seen so far. Where you at, girl? Empress. Empress. What am I doing? The Empress? Is it the? Are you kidding me? The Empress. The? Is it the? The? Yeah. This one gives 40. This one gives 30, 51. So if I was going to pick one or the other, I'd probably choose this one. Which is a legendary. That's what I was saying, like. This thing's a 22 mana cost. And it does 40 to all skills. It does all allies, though, so it's kind of like, it's like the Wild King to the Wild Queen of Empress, you know? So it does give it to all allies, but you don't need stats on all the allies. Usually you have, like, one damage dealer. You don't need, like, a billion magic on your wand, or a billion magic on your leprechaun. So it's not, it's just because it gives it to all allies, that doesn't mean it's helping all allies. It depends what you're doing, I guess. Sometimes people are dying and losing, and they need armor and HP. But most of the time, people are just going brrrr and wiping stuff out in one shot. So, like, to do this extra little dance doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm glad there's people out there trying to make every new mythic good, though. But you can just see, based on, you know, the percentage of good troops to bad troops in the game in total. You know, like 25% of them are actually good. So we can't, every new mythic can't be good. If there's 1,000 troops in the game, and we really only use like, what, 50 of them? But let's say 250 of them are good. So 25% of the troops are good. So how in the world is every new mythic good? It doesn't make sense. We just had one that's decent last time, right? We've been having good ones. We can't continuously get good mythics every single month. It would not make sense. Just based on, like, how the game's been going for all these years. Like, most of the troops aren't that good. You see the Glory Shop troops, they're, like, almost never good. So why would every single new mythic be good? They're not going to do that. I guess we'll try Wand. We have to put Stellaryx in last slot so we can buff it. Jimmy buff it. So you're gonna boost Aguara? Okay, so so maybe you want Aguara on last slot? So we're boosting... That's kind of convoluted. Why wouldn't you just give it all straight to the thing that's gonna... Just feels like an extra step to me. But we'll try it. Then we'll try it versus the regular Stellaryx team. We'll see which one takes more turns or less turns. We definitely need green. We definitely need green. 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 Green and what? Green. Green, yellow, green, blue, green, purple. Something like that. That's probably fine. So the idea is to give a bunch of stats to Aguara, so then it gives a bunch of more stats to the whole team. The only person that needs any stats is Stellaryx, though, so we could just do this and just take out the middleman. But it's all right. We'll try it. Put the team up in the chat if I'm doing it wrong, though. Jam Ricks with 2! Alright, we're getting closer. Getting closer. We're 16 out of 25. 9 left. That's it. 9. I'll put on a funny hat. I'll put on a funny hat. Alright, let's try it. So right here, what I would have instead of Aguara would be a Leprechaun. So that way I could just, right now, blow up the whole board and get a bunch of mana. Luckily, I have an extra turn here, though. So we got the wand up immediately, so maybe it will, you know. Just, we gotta think about consistency, too. Alright, so we're supposed to give... I could cast Stellaryx right now, maybe loop back into it. But I'm gonna cast Empress, but maybe Empress will get an extra turn. So that's cool. Alright. But our Stellaryx has gained nothing yet. So let's do this again. I'm not keeping track of, like, moves, though. How many moves with that so far? I took an extra turn. I cast the wand. I cast the Empress. So that's 3. I've done 3 moves so far. Okay, here's... Should I do this? Yeah, here's 4. So 4 moves. Alright, this will be 5. Let's do this. Or should we do this and do it again? 79 to all skills. Why not just cast her twice? Why not cast Empress twice onto Stellaryx, though? It only went up to 79. This is doing 52. If we cast this twice onto Stellaryx, we'd already be at 110. Or 100 and... whatever. 14. I would take out the middleman, honestly. Let's not count these extra turns, but... Like, I want to do this again, but I probably shouldn't. I don't know. How many greens up there? 11? Plus 77. So that's a good shot, right? No! Enemy got a turn. Alright, let's do this. 118? 118 now, but we had to cast Empress twice. Or was that third time? That was the third time, right? So our Stellaryx would be up by 150 something instead of 118. If we just used Empress. Oh, traded a 5. I didn't catch that, did I? Okay, did I? Yeah, I did. I caught... No, wait. Let me add it up. Hold on, I'll add it up. I'm stupid. Alright, we had 5, and then 2, that's 7. Then 2, that's 9. Then 5, that's 14. Then 5, that's 19. Then 2, that's 21. Oh, I missed Trey's. Thank you so much, Trey. Sorry. 21 out of 25, dude. We only need 4 more, and you double your... That 4 would be 8. That 4 would be 8. Whoever it is. Or, hey, a 2 would be 4. Yeah? I hope I got the gifted, now that I think about it. Let me double check. If I don't... Yeah, I got it, I got it. Alright, I can do it, I can do it. I'm just double checking because we're so close. We just need 4 more. And then I'm going to gift 5 to the community. Alright, let's play it again. Maybe I'm doing this wrong, somebody let me know. Yeah, it's kind of like you're doing a dance just to make it usable. And it's always with Stellaryx and Wand. Every new Mythic where people can't figure out what they want to do with it, they always put it with Wand and Stellaryx. But, like, if you just take this off and put on Leprechaun instead, and then you put Stellaryx in last slot, the Empress is doing the better stats to the Stellaryx. Like, there's no point of boosting up the Aguara just to do what Empress does better without Aguara. Try it again, though. Maybe there's something I'm missing. It does give stats to your whole team. It does. But we only need stats on Stellaryx to win. So, like, the stats that are going to the Wand and to the Empress and to the... Well, maybe the Empress does. The Empress kind of, like... I think Empress maybe gets more, you know, off the magic, but... So it might make your Empress do more faster, too. But it's going to the Aguara, so it doesn't matter. You know? So all that matters is how much Aguara is giving to the team, because Aguara is the only one giving stats to Stellaryx. Empress is giving stats to Aguara, so then Aguara can give stats to Stellaryx. It's like a middleman thing. You're like, you added in a middleman that doesn't need to be there, pretty much. I wanted to get up immediately again. Maybe we don't need a Leprechaun. Alright, so right now, 52 to all skills on the last ally. Which, if we had Stellaryx in the last slot, we would add 52 to Stellaryx. Right now, we're giving nothing to Stellaryx. Okay, went to Aguara. Enemies getting turns. Alright, so Aguara can do 81. But that's 2 casts, where Empress would have done 114 already, you know? So Empress is winning so far. Do this. Let's do this. There's Empress again. We can do it again. But she's only doing 50... Well, we haven't cast Aguara yet. So you're not going to cast Aguara until it's up, obviously. But we could have cast this again onto Stellaryx instead of Aguara. Right? And we would be casting Stellaryx, like, right now. We had Empress Stellaryx a couple times, and then we would cast it. We still don't have Aguara up, so we gotta wait, because Stellaryx has gained nothing so far. See, now we could do Aguara. 121, but if we had just casted our Empress onto Stellaryx, we would already have casted Stellaryx. We probably would have already won. These are the type of teams where you're just trying, you know, you're trying to make a new Mythic viable. It's like the Sparkinator thing where you get it up to 1,000 armor or whatever. It's where you, like, get a troop to 1 billion HP, but it, like, takes a second. So all the while, you could have been doing something else, basically. No, I don't want to try my luck. Let's just do it with... Let's take Aguara out of the equation. We've seen it a couple times with Aguara. Let's just do Leprechaun. It's probably the best idea, though. If you want it, like if you love foxes or something and you just want to cuddle with it, and you want to put it on your team, it's probably the best idea. Because what else are you gonna do with that thing? But let's try it this way. Green, purple. So we just took Aguara out of there. We're just gonna go straight from Empress to Stellaryx instead of putting a middleman. Gemma likes foxes. Dez with the 2! Thank you so much. Alright, we're so close. 23. Remember, if we get to the 25, that's what doubles your money. Like, I think I might have confused. I didn't mean to confuse anybody. Once we get to the 25, I gift 25, and that's what doubles it. So we still need $2, basically. Why don't I just copy-paste? 2 more. What if we don't get it? Alright, so instead of, like, right now, if we didn't have Leprechaun, we have no moves on the board. There's no extra turns. So we're going to cast Leprechaun. It's probably going to get up almost... It's going to get up everything but Stellaryx, probably. Well, didn't get up Empress. You liar. Now we have to do Wand. So we would do 183. We would do 203 damage. We need to do 300. Around 300. So let's see how much Empress gives here. It's going to do 53 to all skills in the last. Got an extra turn. Okay. Get out of town, bro. Aguara needs to sit on the bench. Sit on the bench, Aguara. You can just do 1 Empress cast onto Stellaryx and then wipe Explorer 12. What is going to be harder than Explorer 12, you know? Gotta get Stellaryx up. There it is. Okay, instead of casting Empress onto Aguara, I'm just going to cast it straight onto Stellaryx. I didn't get an extra turn, but sometimes you will. And then you can just cast Stellaryx and win. Explore 13. Yeah, it might work in Explore 13. Might be better for Explore 13. It's cool to test stuff like that, though, you know? You gotta have checks and balances, like, you got the executive and the... I can't think of it. Legislative, right? See, I'm smart. Gotta have checks and balances, you know? Because if we just had one person telling people teams, I'm not saying that's what happened, but it's cool that we have checks and balances around here. Like, one person says, ooh, this is the new Ironhawk, and then Tacit says, no, it's not. Here's a timer. Or somebody says, Aguara is really good with the Empress, and it's better than just using the Empress alone. And you say, nuh-uh, look at this. Checks and balances. Yeah, you could do that too, Beg. Like, this is almost, like, that's why we don't even do this one. You're right. But I was just showing that, like, people don't even do that one. So, Aguara's a whole nother step down the line. Like, we're doing, these days it's Stellaryx and triple Takshaka, or Stellaryx and triple Pharaoh-Khafre. That's what most people do, right? So the next best thing would be what I just showed, would be Empress casting onto Stellaryx, wipe them in one shot type of deal. The third one down the line would be like the Aguara thing. And there's probably stuff even in between that. Like, I just showed a team that was better than using Aguara, but it's not even the best team, you know? Yeah, most people just do, like, this, or something similar. Like, I don't have the 3 Pharaoh-Khafres because I was on a bender. I was on a bender at the time. I don't have 3 Pharaoh-Khafres because I was on a crazy bender. Chugging brewskis. Yeah, you're hoping it, like, loops back into itself. Boom. Bang, they're all dead. So that's another team that's faster than using Aguara. Any troop like Aguara, where you're just getting stats, is usually... It just takes too much time. It's cool, like, Empress is the best of them, I feel, because it can get an extra turn. So if Aguara had any way to get an extra turn, it would actually be decent. But since it doesn't, and it just passes your turn to the enemy... Like Empress, you can cast it, give a bunch of stats to Stellaryx, get an extra turn, and then cast Stellaryx without the enemy getting a turn. If you cast Aguara, you're handing your turn to the enemy, and then the enemy does whatever it does, and then you can do a weaker version of Empress. So I think Empress, like, makes Aguara obsolete. And then, like... In my eyes, Aguara is like a Virago type of troop. You love foxes. You made a 3-person team. You can't think of anything for the last slot, so you put Aguara on it. It's like a Virago type of troop. Might as well get my boss chest now. We're super close. 23 out of 25. Beg does Thrall, Stella, Wand, Lep. Yeah, that's a good too. I do Thrall, Stella, Duskbringer, Lep, because I usually don't need... Like, Thrall and Leprechaun's enough, you know what I'm saying? So in case I somehow need extra damage, I put Duskbringer in there, and it's like a all-purple team. Or whatever your weapon of choice is that does damage. It's kind of like when you do Rowan and Black Manacles, just in case. Like, you already got the Mirage Queen and Leprechaun, and those are the things that's going to get the team up. And then you, like, put the Black Manacles on your Rowan team just in case. Like, your Rowan does one shot, but something summons or something like that. And then you have the Black Manacles to say, okay, get out of here, summon, yeah? So I do that with the Stellaryx team. I'll do Thrall, Stellaryx, Duskbringer, Leprechaun. Then I have a whole purple team. Duskbringer boosts off of purple. Stellaryx wipes them out most of the time in one shot, but occasionally something will survive, and then I just cast Duskbringer on it. But I don't need, like, the wand, because, I'm just telling you why I don't do the wand. Because, like, Leprechaun plus Thrall is usually enough. I don't need, like, another thing to mana generate, but it's not bad either. That'd be my second choice. Not like Duskbringer's good or anything, it's just doing damage. Like, it's just, I feel like it'll do something if I need it to. Where the wand, I could just cast Thrall again instead of the wand. If your Stellaryx is up, your Thrall is probably up. You cast your Stellaryx, your Thrall is still up. You can just cast Thrall again. Why would you cast the wand, you know? Did I get this boss chest yet? No. Alright, we're being careful. We don't want to crash the game. We got the new Mythic. Who was it? Marky? had a team for us, so I didn't have to think of a team, so I appreciate it. Or he gave me an idea for a team. So shout out to Marky. That way I didn't want to think of a team, so I appreciate it. I'm getting a boss chest right now. This is what the normal Stellarx team is. Well, you know. A lot of people use Pharaoh Caffrey now. Like I said, I was on a bender. I only have one. A fake bender. Dez with the other two. All right, I'm gonna gift out 5. 5 of them. We did it. Good job, everybody. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thumbs up to Dez, the Enforcer. You're a legend. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I probably shouldn't do it like that, huh? Let's see. Membership gifting. Gift 5 now. Boom, there you go. As promised. Doubled your money. We got John K, we got Dre Santi, we got Spider Anon Awakening, we got Bubba Trouble, we got Jake Atkins. Most of those names look familiar. Like, I don't know John K, and I don't think I know Jake Atkins, but, like, the middle 3 look similar. Like, I definitely know Dre Santi. I think that's a EQ person. And I think I've seen Spider Anon Awakening before somewhere. And Bubba Trouble just sounds like a name you would see. Yeah, thanks everybody that contributed today. Anita, Dez, Trey, Chad, JM Ricks, RE. Appreciate y'all. Helps a lot. Keeps me going. I'll put a funny hat on for you. Too bad you can't see it though. You just gotta trust me. It's already on. Alright, we got a Nomapalooza gnome. I didn't stream yesterday because the game was crashing so bad, and it was like the Wednesday was horrible. So, and then Thursdays are like one of the slowest days for streams anyway. So I was like, oh, I've been trying to take a break off of streaming for a while now, and it just all like happened at the same time. Like games crashing a lot. It's Thursday. I kind of wanted to take a day off anyway, so I just decided to put out the members-only video early instead, which is a Dragonite, Ultimate Dragonite resource guide. And the other reason I put that out was because of the new update, kind of, like I put that out a month ago to members, or almost a month ago. It's like 3 weeks ago to members. So members have had that video for like 3 weeks now. But I was going to wait like another 10 days to put it out like we normally do on the 15th when I put out the next members-only video. But with the update coming out, and you're going to be able to target specific dragons with Dragonite, like I felt like that had to come out immediately, or else it wouldn't be as informative. Because the strategy might change here really soon. But it still like tells you how to farm Dragonite, like the whole beginning of the video. It's a good video too. I listened back to it, and I was like, normally, I haven't been watching my own videos lately as much because, I don't know. Sometimes I cringe at myself. Like, dude, you sound like a jerk. Why do you talk like that? Like. But I did listen back to the Dragonite one, and I think it's a good video. If I do say so myself. I don't think I missed very many things. Like, Tyrion was in the comments, like, trying to help me out a little bit. Like, I might not have mentioned angels or something, but, you know, I said offers, which is pretty similar. So I'm glad to have people, like, in the comments, like, adding to the video pretty much, which is cool. I thought it was a good video, like, if you want to know the truth about the game and how to get Dragonite. But if you're just wanting to have, like, your hair stroked and somebody rub your head and give you a back rub and tell you everything's going to be okay, like, it might not be the best video. And I think that's what people like. People know now that I'm not going to do that, so maybe some people don't watch because of that. Like, they want to be stroked and told they're the best and everything's okay, you know? And I'm just going to give you the truth and, like, this is how you do it. And this is what you shouldn't do this and you should do that. And if that's what you want to hear, then you should watch it. If you want to get more Dragonite and you want to have more resources, you should watch the video. If you want to be stroked and told you're doing everything right all the time, then you probably shouldn't watch it. Like somebody saying Aguara is good right now. That would be just like, oh yeah, I know, like, I'm smart enough to know that most people just got it anyway, so I might as well say it's good. Like, that's not me, though. So the same thing with the Dragonite video. Like, I'm not going to say buying Dragonite with gold marks is a good idea, just because I know people do that. Like, I'm not a snake oil salesman that's just going to tell people what they want to hear. I would rather see you get better at the game and get more resources. Like, that's my goal. I want everybody to be awesome at the game and have a ton of resources. That's what I'm thinking when I'm making the video. And all I can say is, like, how I did it anyway. Now, this is the way I did it. This is how I got Stellarix, how I got Diamantina, how I now have almost 5,000 Dragonite for the next one. This is how I did it. And here's the video. This is exactly how I'm not hiding anything. Here it is. Here's the truth. But people could, you know, just tell you what you want to hear, and it's not going to make you better, though. You might like that. I don't know. A lot of people like that, I guess. People stroking them and give them a shoulder rub. Instead of just telling them how to do it, exactly the truth. Rich, get well soon, dude. Get well soon, man. Neophyte says, hope it's a surf hat with a cool bunny on it. Yeah, it is. Rich says, yeah, so far the game's crashed on me twice during Nomapalooza, and what's on its own? Professor said, did anybody mention the single Dragon Craft? I saw it after update before it was hidden. 2K Dragonite for Comet Dragon. No, I didn't see that. Thank you. It's in there now? I looked for it the other day and I didn't see it. Where is it? Is it like somewhere? Maybe I just missed it? I didn't see it? Sometimes my eyes play tricks on me. Why would it be in weapons? So it should be here, right? Got Stellarix. We got CT, we got Beltane, Sagittarian, Diamantina, General Edison, Darksmith Drenza, Scroll Reborn, Hatir Ascendant, Leonis Tower, High Priestess Chaska, Rage Currendara, Zul'Goth, the Wild Queen, Zolzara, Zathenos, Infernos, Ferris Ra, Cosmic Dragon Egg, Gem Dragon Egg. Oh, so it's not there anymore, Professor? That's what you're saying? It was like there right after the update? Okay. Yeah, I heard some people got banned. Some people were like doing some high-level guild on, I can't remember if it was PC Mobile or what. People were getting, they were like, there's a glitch or a bug in the game, and they were taking advantage of it, and they got banned. You gotta be careful with that kind of crap. Like, Chris Kringle, you know? You gotta be careful. Tony Cheetos is here. What up, Tony? Only there for a few minutes, then it disappeared. Hey, Neo, do you get what? You got Death Knight armor, though. You got that Death Knight armor, man. That matters. That matters. I don't care. I'll still congratulate you. I'll say good job. But if you don't have it, then I better hurry up. Neo's 76 levels behind me, and that's it. Tony says, for Vault Event, I see you on Tier 12. No. Tony. I was just showing the new Mythic. So, yeah, I'm not doing Vault Event yet. You're right, though. You should be doing Tier 1. You're doing it right, Tony. I was just showing the new Mythic. Rich Smith is here. Let us know, Neo. Let us know. Yeah, I'm worried it's going to crash. It's going to take down my whole stream. That's why I'm kind of lollygagging and not jumping straight to the Vault Event. But yeah, we have to at some point. So, first thing I always check when I'm doing the Vault Event, I guess I'll put a chapter for this. Where's Sana to remind me? She's probably not feeling well today. Maybe migraine or something. Shout out to Sana. She's awesome. You can notice when she's not here. Alright, Vault Event. I'm going to put a chapter. I'm gonna mansplain it to you. I'm gonna over explain it. Like I do everything. Some people hate that. But I don't care. My daughter was getting on me because just like we were practicing tying her shoes, right? She knows how to do it. I was just I kept saying the same thing over and over. I'm like, it's called reinforcement, honey. You know? I was trying to teach her about reinforcement. Like what I said, what's 9 times 9? You know, and she couldn't figure it out. She's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, it's 81. And then, you know, we went back to tying her shoes and crap, tying her shoes. I'm like, okay, so tie it tight, and then, you know, do this, and if you want to double tie it, you got to do it again, and da-da-da. And then I was like, what's 9 times 9? She's like, I'm like, see? If I'd said it a bunch of times in a row, you would remember it. 9 times 9 is 81. And I was like, 9 times 9 is 81. 9 times 9 is 81. I kept saying it, you know, like 10 times in a row. Tying her shoes. We were playing, like, hitting this ball back and forth. I waited like 30 minutes. I'm like, all right, what's 9 times 9? She said 81. See, it works. It works. You just gotta, it's called reinforcement. You just, over and over and over, like memorizing it, right? So now you're never gonna forget what 9 times 9 is. So that's like, it's explaining how to tie her shoes, and I was like saying the same thing over and over. She's like, I already said that. I'm like, yeah, but you're not doing it right yet. So I'm gonna keep saying it until you're doing it right. Till you know 81. Till you know 9 times 9 is 81. And then I taught her about how you do the 9s. Yeah. Like 9 times 8 is gonna be 70 something. It's 1 minus 8. You know, 9 times 7 is always 60 something. It's 7 minus 1 is 6. 9 times 6 is always 50 something because it's 6 minus 1 is 5. Like, I try to explain it, but it's a little bit complicated, I guess. And then the other number goes down. So you have 81, then 72, then 63, then 54, you know, 45. That's how I remembered my 9s. Like, I'll never forget any single digit 9 times whatever, because that's how I was taught in reinforcement, you know? That's how I do this channel too, is basically what I'm saying. I repeat myself a lot, but you'll never forget it, right? But we got the Vault event. It just means that gnomes are appearing more often right now, and you get these pity keys. You see 5 gnomes, you get a pity key. Then it'll go up to 10, you'll get another one. Go up to 15, you'll get another one. They send them to your mail, so you'll collect them through your mail. You're not going to see a leaderboard, you're not going to see a shop. You're just going to see gnomes appearing more often. Gnomes are dropping vault keys more often, too. So the main way most people play it is you do Explore 1. You kill the enemies as quickly as you can with either Ironhawk or Rowan because they've been proven to be the fastest. Triple Ironhawk's the fastest for farming versus, and you do it in Explore 1. Nothing's faster. You can't get versus any faster anywhere else. The best team, Dust Devil, Triple Ironhawk in Explore 1. There's nothing faster. No other team, no other location. There's nothing faster. There's no way to get versus faster than that. Dust Devil, Triple Ironhawk, Explorer 1. It's the fastest way to get versus. Can't change it. It's the fastest. Fastest way to do gaps, Dust Devil, Double Ironhawk, Sister Superior. Nothing else is faster. It's the fastest way to do gaps. You do it in Explorer 1, same thing. The goal of the Vault event is to kill as many enemies as possible as fast as you can. So you can see the next set of enemies. You don't want to like do a little dance, you don't want to make them harder, you don't want to use the Aguara because it's a cool fox. You don't do anything else, you just see the next set of enemies as quickly as you can, which is going to suck because right now the game is crashing. And the way to make the game crash is probably to try to see the next set of enemies as fast as you can. So it's like, they're going to give us another Vault event. I bet you. I bet you we get another Vault event because this is crazy. This is like the worst case scenario for a Vault event. So what would I recommend for people? Maybe just hunt versus, because I feel like we're going to get another Vault event. I don't know 100%. I can't tell you a 100% chance that we have another Vault event. But I'm guessing since this one got ruined. This one's ruined. Why? They're not going to... They might send us 50 gems in the mail. They're known to do that. But what I think is going to happen is they're going to give us another Vault event. So, Maybe you just hunt versus this weekend. Depending on what you're playing on and how often you're crashing, of course. Like, if you're not crashing at all, just play the Vault event normally. If you're crashing every other battle during a Nomapalooza, then maybe don't play the Vault event. Just go hunt, you know, versus. Just go play Explore 1, use your triple Ironhawk, or Rowan. The other team was Rowan. If you don't have Ironhawks, Rowan, or Moon Mage, I guess, but Rowan is the thing everybody has that is the... It may not be the second fastest, but you're either doing Ironhawk or you're doing Rowan, basically. So, in Rowan, you can level classes, you can do any location, you can get class weapons. So, to me, if you don't have Ironhawks, you do Rowan, because of all those things. You know, Leprechaun, Mirage Queen with Rowan with, like, Black Manacles or something. Not in that order. Just so you could do all those other things, too. If you're doing triple Ironhawk or double Ironhawk, you're just going for gnomes, you're just going for vault keys, you don't care about class experience, you don't care about other locations, you stay in the same spot, and you just go after vault keys, and that's it. If you don't have Ironhawks, then I feel like that gives you, you know, now you can, gives you the freedom to now just do Rowan, where you can level classes, get class weapons, go to different locations. So, it's one or the other, Rowan or Ironhawks, in my opinion. I mean, you can do whatever you want, of course. It's a video game. You can do the invasion without the tower killer. You can do the Tower of Doom without the Doom weapon. You can play Vault event without Rowan or Ironhawk, you know? You can do whatever you want. You can play Treasure Hunt all day. You can hump a wall. You can do whatever you want. You can just sit on Center Mirage and talk. You can do whatever you want. I'm just telling you what the best thing is and what the meta is right now. So usually I will look at the events and see like what is getting extra stats, because sometimes like a location will have extra stats and then you don't want to go to that location for a vault event, because now your perfectly crafted team that's doing a very specific amount of damage won't clear in one shot because this troop has 10% extra stats. So you gotta keep that in mind. You only have to look at it real quick though. Like, okay, Forest of Thorns 10%, Elves 10%. So now we go check our normal location. Center Mirage almost works every time for me. So we can go to Collection. We can go to Center Mirage. This is just to make sure it's going to work and be a place that we can sit in the entire time. Then we go to Elves. How many Elves are in Center Mirage? 0! Center Mirage works almost every single time, y'all. That's where I always go. If you're doing Ironhawks, there's no reason to choose another location. If you have Ironhawks and you're doing Ironhawks, your main goal is to get vault keys, to get verses, to do gaps. So why would you switch locations? If Center Mirage works every single time and you don't even have to think about it, just do Center Mirage. Alright, we got no turns for you. Wherever it is. There it is. Alright, Dust Devil, Ironhawk, Ironhawk, Sister Superior. That's the Gap team. So I'm going to go ahead and copy it. For when I'm going to do a gap. If I'm going to do a gap, we'll see if I crash or not. We're over an hour now, so if I crash... Let's put a poll up. Am I going to crash? Tony asks, how do you get Ironhawk? Ironhawk's a mythic, and it's a good mythic that you're, like, targeting. So the main ways you're going to get Ironhawk is you wait for it to come through in the Soul Forge, which we have a new cycle right now, so it's possible every single week. So it's 4,000 diamonds for one copy. You can't really do the Ironhawk thing until you have 2 copies, so it's really like 8,000 diamonds. And you really want 3 copies eventually, but you can do some good work with just 2 Ironhawks. So, but 1 Ironhawk, you can't really do anything, but you want to get it. Even if you can only get 1, you want to get it. That way you have 1, you invest it into your Ironhawk, and now you only need 1 more. So I always recommend, even if you can only afford 1, to always get it. But yeah, Soul Forge, you wait for it to come through the Soul Forge, you save up your diamonds. The way you save up your diamonds is to do your dungeon every day, buy the dungeon offer on Sunday, and then do Vault Event super hard, and you get some more diamonds from opening your Vault keys after the Vault Event's over. That's how you get diamonds. You save up your diamonds, you don't get other weird mythics like Aguara, or Sparkinator, or Kingstorm Guard, or whatever. You don't get those. You save your diamonds, and you put them aside, and you say, I'm going to use these on Ironhawk. Because Ironhawk is the way to get all the resources in the game. It's one of the best troops in the game. If you want gems, if you want gold, if you want souls, if you want orbs, if you want other troops, like, Ironhawk basically gives you all the rest of the troops in the game. So, there's no reason to get anything else first. It's just going to speed up you getting all the rest of the troops. I always equate it to buying a bag to put more stuff in, more loot in, as your first purchase on like an MMO. You're out in the wild, you only have 6 slots in your inventory, you get 6 swords or something, you have to go all the way back to town, now you're full and you have to sell your 6 swords. What's the smartest thing to buy first? A bag to put more swords in. So when you run out there, now you can get 12 swords and bring them back and sell 12 swords. So getting Ironhawk is like getting a bag. It's like the smartest thing to get first, because it's just going to give you everything else. So Soulforge is the main way most people would get it, I would say. But the other way you can get it is event keys. There's a system, there's event keys where you can only get troops from the Kingdom of the Week with event keys. So we have to wait till it's in Adana week, because Ironhawk is from Adana. If you click on it, it says Adana right under its name. That's the kingdom it's from. The way to get troops from a specific kingdom is to use event keys when it's an Adana week. Like right now, it's not an Adana week, so you cannot get Ironhawk with event keys. So you save up event keys, you wait for an Adana week, and Adana's good otherwise too. You got Tesla, Tina, Bork, you got all kinds of good stuff in Adana, so it's awesome. It's the best kingdom to throw event keys at. But event keys, that's the ways to target Ironhawk. Now, some people are going to get Ironhawk just randomly by opening all their keys, and they randomly get Ironhawk. But most of the time, you're not going to get like 3 of them like that. So you will have to do the Soulforge way or the event key way. Probably either way. You're not going to get 3 Ironhawks with random keys, probably. So you might see people here and there getting Ironhawk via random keys, but that's like a beginner who's still throwing all their keys at all the time, you know. They don't have like any mythics, and they just get lucky. So that's like the scratcher way. I'm going to go buy a scratch off. That's my retirement plan. That's how I'm going to get Ironhawk. I'm going to just throw random keys all the time. Like right now, you can't even get Ironhawk from random keys. You're going to get Aguara over and over and over and over. It's the only mythic in the drop table right now for random keys. So make sure you don't like try to get Ironhawk right now, because Aguara is the only mythic you're going to get. For the first week of the month, there's a new mythic. It's the only one available in the drop table. Well, that's basically how you get Ironhawk. Mostly through the Soulforge, saving up diamonds, or through event keys, saving up event keys until it's the Adana Kingdom Week. But you can look at the schedule on Terran's World and try to see when it's going to be Adana. But it takes a lot. You're going to need a ton of event keys. It takes at least a... And it depends how many mythics are in the kingdom and everything. Like if you go look at Adana... Once again, the game's going to crash on me, so bear with me. I'm trying to put off the inevitable. Let's do a poll, like, do you guys think I'm going to crash? Will I crash? Yes or no? I'm trying to have a nice stream here before we crash, because it's going to take the whole stream down and we're going to be done as soon as I crash. Go vote on the poll. But if you look at Adana here, you got Ironhawk, you got Sparkinator, you got Tina. So even if you save 1,000 event keys, there's 3 different mythics there, and 1,000 event keys might get you one of them. So you need to save up like 3,000 just to get your one Ironhawk, hopefully. It's not even guaranteed, but that would be like the smartest thing to do. If you want to make sure you're going to get an Ironhawk, you'd probably want to come into Adana week with at least 3,000 event keys, which isn't easy. They're not easy to get. That's why you shouldn't just throw them all willy-nilly, because they're not easy to get. So you don't just like, oh, I'm missing I'm missing Sister Superior, I'm going to throw event keys. Don't waste them. You'll get her through just like random keys. She's easy to get. Ironhawk's not easy to get. Let's save our keys for Ironhawk, our event keys. So, you know, you need at least 3,000 to get 1 copy, right? And then you really want, like, 2 copies at least. And what is that going to be? Like, 6,000? If you have 4,000, you could get, like, double Sparkinator, double Tina. So to play it safe, you really want, like, at least 5,000 event keys to get 2 Ironhawks. At least. And that'd be the bare minimum. You could get lucky with 1,000, but most likely you're not going to get 3 Ironhawks with 1,000 event keys, right? You'll be lucky if you get 1. But this is how you can see, like, if I throw event keys, this is what I would get during an Adana week. So you got, like, Ironhawk, Tina, Carnex is okay. You got Tesla here, the best legendary. You got Bork, really good mana generator. Like, there's really good stuff in Adana, so it's, like, worth waiting for. You know, Clockwork Sphinx, if you don't happen to have it, Bombot. So, mostly the Ironhawk, but hey, if you miss in Adana, you can still get Tina and Tesla and Bork, and it can still be really amazing. So that's why it's cool to save up like 5,000, 6,000 event keys for Adana. Because even if you miss your Ironhawks, you're still going to get cool stuff. If you throw keys somewhere else, if you're going for like a really top-heavy kingdom with only 1 decent mythic, and you miss the mythic, you get nothing. This place has good consolation prizes too, and the best mythic. So be patient, save your event keys. Wait for an Adana week, and then they'll be super valuable because you're gonna throw them all at really good troops, and you might get the best troop in the game. That was a long-winded way to answer that question, but hey, we're just gonna crash anyway. Let's see what everybody else is saying. Yeah, Rich, I'm feeling like it's gonna be the same thing for me, Rich Smith, and I'm just kind of putting it off right now. I feel like I'm gonna crash because it's gonna be hard to like. I'll try to limit myself to not like button mashing and see how long I can make it, but I might at a certain point try to make it crash. Like, let's see if I can make it crash. Like, if we get to an hour and a half and, you know, we had a good stream anyway, I might like see if I can make it crash. But for now, I'm not trying to make it crash. Neo says, gotta pick up the kid. Alright, man, we'll see ya. Thanks for being here. Vishal says, actually, I noticed the new mythic now, and what the heck is that skill? Give all skills to all allies? What the... Yeah, it's not that good, man. Mark says, I just got 32 keys from a single gap. New record for me. That is awesome. Does that include pity keys, or... Because even if it does, that's still amazing. Sometimes on, like, my very first gap, I think I've gotten right around that many, maybe. I think it was on stream, too, where I got, like, 30-something vault keys from a gap. But I think it was like my very first gap where I also had pity keys. But if you're not including your pity keys, that is crazy. That's awesome. And even if you are, it's still awesome. Tony says you only have enough to build 1. Dez is hunting versus. I think that's smart if your game is crashing. Mark says his doesn't crash as long as you don't hit the X button a crazy amount of time. Man, I always do that. You guys probably hear it. OG Thursday. Happy Gnome Weekend. Yoke says I'm going to hold on to 8k diamonds for 2 takshakas. It's a good idea. Tony says it just sucks as to get 4,000 diamonds seems going to take forever as it just... Yeah, you should have not got Ferris Raw. That's the problem, you know? The best way to save something is to not spend it on other things. Ferris Raw is like Dookie. Ferris Raw's Dookie, so you just bought some Dookie and now you have less diamonds. You know, I'm being completely honest. So you could have had, instead of getting Ferris Raw, who's going to do nothing for you, you could have just saved those diamonds, and then when Ironhawk comes in, you'd have more diamonds to get more Ironhawks, who's going to give you everything, the most of everything ever. It just takes patience. I know it's hard. Some people want to rush through the... I'm not saying you, but like there are a portion of people that are like achievement hunters, or they're trying to like beat a game real quick or whatever. This is not that game. There's diminishing returns every single day on this game. You know, this is a game for the long haul. It's a free game. They put new content in every week. You're supposed to play it like an hour or 2 a day. Yeah. So it's for the long haul. That's how you get everything in this game. You know, you save diamonds instead of getting Ferris Raw. You save them, you don't get Ferris Raw, and then you get Ironhawk instead. And then Ironhawk will make your vault event go way better. You'll get more vault keys. You'll get more just keys in general. And then you can open more stuff and get more mythics. Like, you'll get more purple orbs. You know, as an example. You're getting a ton of vault keys, you're opening vault keys, you're getting purple orbs, more purple orbs, and now you can use guild seals on chests and get more mythics. Like, that's how Ironhawk can give you everything in the game. You can say any resource, and I can tell you how just having Ironhawks will get it for you. Dregger says, don't hit buttons until you see the victory symbol. You triggered the crash by spamming buttons at the end of battles. Yeah, I think I'm going to try that. Yeah, the event keys, Tony, are hard to build up, so that's why you have to, like, never touch them. It sucks, though, because I know sometimes, like, Forest Troll, you're like, oh, I need Forest Troll, you know? It does suck, but it takes patience. Dregger's just a hunting versus. I think that's a good idea if your game is crashing a lot. Rich says, what I've noticed is the faster you press the A button to win the battle, the faster, the more likely you are to crash. Yeah, I think just jamming the button is what's crashing it. Do the dungeon every day, yep. Why is Ironhawk so good, OG Thirsty? Because it gets you so many resources. It's the best. Like, Vault Event's the best event. Ironhawk is the best troop for the Vault Event. And it can farm anything in the game. So souls, gold, gems, vault keys, orbs, tarot cards, troops, mythics, legendaries. You get more gems, you can buy more offers, you can get more writs, you can get more books. Like, Ironhawk can get you everything in the game except for, like, gold marks or something. I'm sure there's a roundabout way to say how it can get you gold marks, too. Alright, let's make this team into the verse hunting team, because first thing I like to do is make sure I don't have, like, a boss chest on the horizon. So we're going to get Ironhawk. Well, I probably should have just done Mythic. Alright, so this is the verse hunting team. You just push one button and you win. It's impossible to get faster than that. How many? Okay, I have 69 out of 100. I would go to 100, and then that's when I would do a verse. And I'm scared to do a verse because I'm definitely button mashing during Nomapaloozas. But what I think is going to happen, I think the devs are going to give us another Vault event. They would be crazy not to. They screwed this one up. It looks suspicious, you know? Like, what's the thing that could screw up the Vault event the hardest? It's if you can't, like, if your game keeps crashing. That's how it could screw up the Vault event, you know? Alright, so I'm allowed to button mash now, right? It's like right after the fight. So I'll say when I'm not button mashing. Right now. Now. Okay, now you can. Pretty sure. So it's like right as the enemies die, and as that little loading thing pops up in the right-hand corner, bottom corner, you don't want to be button mashing as the enemies die and as that thing in the bottom right-hand corner is going. As soon as you see, like, the victory screen, I think you can button mash, but you might want to let it drop and then button mash, though. Like, right now it'd be horrible. I'd crash. Crash. Okay, I'm probably good. I'm button mashing right now. Okay, I'm stopping. I'm not doing it when I don't need to. Like, it's a loading bar. You don't need to button mash. Right now is like when it would crash it. Okay, good, I think. Not doing no button mashing right now. Okay, right now would be danger zone. Okay, bang. We're good. Hopefully that helps somebody out there, because I'm pretty sure we're going to try to crash it. But let's show some Vault event first. And I'm slowing myself down to make sure I don't crash it. So normally I'd be going faster than this. Like, I would button mash right there. Probably doesn't help anything, but it just, like, gets it going for you. I feel like when you button mash, you're, like, giving yourself the best chance of hitting it at the first frame. That it actually does something. Alright, we got a gnome. That's the whole point of doing this. We just got a verse. Right there. It's one of the 4 verses that you need to craft a Nomapalooza. You need, like, what? Red, blue, green, and brown. We got a green one there. Like Captain Planet. Ironhawk's the best in the game because it's the fastest in the game. It kills enemies the fastest out of anything in the game. That's why it's the best. Like, it makes you able to do that, at least. It's its 3rd trait. Ironhawk's 3rd trait does 5 damage when you cast a spell. Enemies in Explore have like 20 HP or something. So if you do Dust Devil plus 3 Ironhawks, that's 20 damage. And Dust Devil is up immediately at the start of battle, so you just have to cast one spell and all the enemies die. So it's Ironhawk's third trait that is making this happen. Deal 5 damage to all enemies when an ally casts a spell. So when we cast that Dust Devil, who's ready immediately, he's empowered, he does 5 damage himself. Then this artillery support goes off on all 3 Ironhawks. So that's 15 damage, plus the 5 from the Dust Devil. That's 20 damage. And nothing in Cinema Mirage on Explorer 1 is going to have more than 20 HP. So they all die. It just can't get faster than that. It can't get faster than immediately casting a spell and killing all the enemies. So, like, being able to do that makes it to where you're getting more gnomes, you're getting more verses. Which is the whole goal of the Vault event. The Vault event's the best event in the game. So, that's why Ironhawk's the best. I'm intentionally slowing myself down here. Beg says, so why did they not just roll back the broken update? I don't know. I don't know, because there's really nothing in the game. Like, what did the update do that we need in the game right now anyway, you know? They put some new quest stuff in, quest flow for beginners. They were supposed to put a dragon in the Soul Forge. They haven't done that yet. What else is there? Like the talking in the Alliance chat? The 20% for the icons? None of that matters right now, so why not, like, put off the update till next week? I don't know. That's a good question. Why not? Because they wanted to ruin our Vault event. That's why. That's the only reason, I guess. Dragor says, OG, he lets you win immediately on Explore 1. This is amazing for finding gnomes and for doing Gnomapalooza battles. Yep, exactly. Good way of putting it. Professor says, G degraded server performance. There's a shocker, right? Tony says how to get Dust Devil, so it's kind of the same deal. Dust Devil's from Drifting Sands. It is just a rare troop. So the main way you're going to get Dust Devil is probably just opening keys randomly as a beginner. So by mid-game, by end-game, you're going to have Dust Devil. Like, he's just a rare troop. It's going to pop up and just keep popping up, and you're going to get sick of seeing it. Like, it's not hard to get at all. So early game, you're just throwing all your keys because you need everything. So you will get Dust Devil. Like, you're going to keep throwing your keys and throwing your keys and throwing your keys as a beginner until you at least get a Mythic or 2 or 10 or... You know, until you get, like, a decent amount of Mythics, for real. So in the time it takes to get, like, half the Mythics, you're going to get, like, 50,000 Dust Devils, so... But if it's a Drifting Sands week, you could throw a couple event keys and secure that Dust Devil, but I don't super recommend it, because I feel like you're just going to get them from random keys. And just throwing your Glory keys, your Guild Seals, your Gem keys, stuff like that. Even your Gold keys. I think Dust Devil you can get with Gold keys. So... You should just get it. Like, it shouldn't be hard to get. It's the easiest thing to get on this team, for sure. Morgan Camo Cat, because on consoles, the devs have to coordinate with the console companies to do any patch or update, then the console put out the patch themselves in a window of time. So that's why they had to do it like this week. It's a good explanation. Des says I have 3 Dust Devil, 1 Ironhawk as my team, 2 casts, kills all. You could do the same thing with Rowan, though. That's the only problem. Leprechaun, Rowan, 2 casts. Goody says, because, like, you cast your... Well... Yeah, see, you don't get an extra turn with your Dust Devil, so you're going to give the enemy a turn every single time. So if you use Rowan, you cast Leprechaun, it gets up your Rowan, you cast Rowan. It's the same exact thing, except for you can actually level classes, and you can get class weapons, and you can go to any kingdom you want. So that's why Rowan is better than using 1 Ironhawk. Like people kept like this isn't not talking about you, but just like when Ironhawk came out, people kept trying to make one Ironhawk teams. Like we tried. I think I even tried, but nothing was faster than Rowan with one Ironhawk, or as versatile. So you might as well just use your Rowan team if you have one Ironhawk, because then you can level whatever class you want. If you're using Ironhawk with 3 Dust Devils, there's no hero, so you're not getting any class experience. You have to go to probably Send a Mirage, just like if you had 2 or 3 Ironhawks. Right? So it's the same speed as a Rowan team. Might as well use Rowan. So you can get class experience, get class weapons, go to whatever kingdom you want, get trait stones. Like you're kind of hurting yourself by doing one Ironhawk. Anytime you're doing one Ironhawk, you're kind of hurting yourself. Unless you have every class at 100 and you have a billion trait stones and you have all the class weapons. If you have that, then, you know, go for it. But I'm just doubting it. Like, a person with one Ironhawk probably doesn't have all classes at 100. Probably doesn't have, like, so many trait stones they couldn't use more. You know? Because I tried it, too. I tried to make one Ironhawk teams. I tried it. It just was never faster or as versatile as using Rowan instead. So you kind of have to wait till you get 2 Ironhawks to use Ironhawk. People kept trying and trying to come up with these one Ironhawk teams, and it just never, if you actually test it and you think about it, it just doesn't work, no matter what you do. There's Cindy. She's usually my bad girl, so I'm glad to see her there. Man, it's taking a lot of effort not to jam through that. So right now I'm just building up my shards, my myth stones, whatever they're called. Get that boss chest. And then we'll try to crash the game. I don't know if I want to do a Nomapalooza to crash it. If it's going to crash while you're hunting versus, it's probably going to crash during a Nomapalooza. So I wouldn't test it with a Nomapalooza, alright? You're not going to skydive in your best clothes, because you might crap your pants. So don't, like, test if you're going to crash using a gap. Like, test it while you're verse farming. Don't wear your best clothes while you're bungee jumping, because you might crap your pants, you know? What was the poll results? I don't know. It's still running. I'm going to run it until I'm going to try to crash it. So hopefully it won't crash. I'll be happy if it doesn't crash. Then I can show you guys exactly how to do the vault event for real. Right now I'm kind of going slow on purpose. Oh no, I did it! No!